Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Attorney John Deaton says it's, quote, game over, end quote, for the SEC if they lose their fight to strike Ripple's fair notice defense. Now, of course, John Deaton, he's the attorney that's seeking to intervene in the SEC versus Ripple case on behalf of about 19,000 XRP holders at this point. And the fair notice defense, it's this idea that Ripple, of course, operating transparently, in good faith, quite clearly, very open and honest. It's this idea that they did not have any sort of really remotely sufficient notification from the SEC that what they were doing, the way that they were transacting, the fact that they were selling XRP and the way that they were, no notification whatsoever that would reasonably indicate that what they were doing was wrong. Period, right? And so here's the deal. So John Deaton says that if Ripple's fair notice defense stands, like, it's the end of the SEC's argument. Period. That's it. Game over. XRP holders win. Ripple wins. SEC pack your bags and go home. That's it. That's pretty much it right here. And so I want to talk about this. I also have a thread on Twitter from Gary Gensler, or maybe more precisely, Gary Gensler's Twitter account, because who knows who the hell is running it. And it's a very short thread. I want to run through it. And then I want to share with you Mark Cuban's retweet of that with his comments on it. Mark Cuban, not too fond of what Gary Gensler has to say. So it's just going to be a fun way to wrap up the video. But before I go any further, I do want to be clear that I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I am just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos purely as a fun hobby, and that is all that's going on here. I don't want anyone to think that I'm some sort of internet guru. Look, there are enough fake internet gurus out there. You don't need Moon Lambeau to pretend to be a guru as well. I certainly am not. And in fact, you do not know if I'm even wearing pants. You do not know my current pants situation. On, off, flip of a coin. Who knows, man? And so here is a tweet from Crypto Law, which was founded by attorney John Deaton. And you can see that the Crypto Law Twitter account wrote, if the SEC loses the fight to strike Ripple's fair notice defense, John Deaton says it's, quote, game over, end quote. Here's why. And then that links to a YouTube video from the Crypto Law TV account. And so, look, you know me, guys, right? I appreciate members of the XRP community, and I especially appreciate members of the XRP community that are contributing in meaningful ways. And John Deaton, holy hell, talk about hitting a high bar. And so what I want to do in this video is I'm going to highlight a few of my favorite parts of the video that was linked to from that tweet. And I also want to make sure that, which is what I'm doing right now, that I highlight John Deaton's channel here, Crypto Law TV. And I would love if all of you listening would take just a moment to go ahead and subscribe to John Deaton's YouTube channel here, Crypto Law TV, if you've not yet done so. He launched it, looks like August 2nd of this year. Already got over 5,000 subscribers, which is impressive for such a short period of time, but I think we can do a little bit better than that. And so others have already promoted. I saw that Jeremy Hogan put a tweet out the other day, and I'm going to put one out soon too, but I wanted to mention it in this video. If you've not yet done so, look, John Deaton is doing more than most in the XRP community for the XRP community, and I'm one of the people out there that just firmly believes, and I bet you're on the same page, just like, let's give credit where it's due. Let's support those that are out there helping us, you know? He's doing just a bang-up job here. So just type in Crypto Law TV, no spaces, type it into YouTube. It'll pop right up. Go ahead and hit subscribe. You can pause the video right here. I'll not be offended. Just stop and go ahead and type it in and subscribe, and then you can come right on back. So check this out. And I actually did type up just a few notes that I didn't forget. I normally don't do this, and I just kind of speak off the cuff. I like my YouTube videos just be organic. It's kind of like a stream of consciousness, basically. But there were a few things that he said as I was watching his video that I wanted to make sure that I did remember. And so he actually started, one of the first things he said, and this is a quote. This is John Deaton here. If Ripple is successful, it could end the SEC's terror on crypto. Oh, I love that. I loved hearing that, because it is. It's that bad. The SEC is actually that bad. It's that heinous, the way that they have that pretended to act in the interest of investors, XRP investors, when the reality is quite opposite of what they would state it is. They've harmed investors. They have harmed XRP investors by adding to market confusion, refusing to provide clarity, and insisting that they can rule over the entire crypto realm from a regulatory perspective. Oh, I'm sorry, God, I didn't know. You're God, SEC. What the hell do they think they're freaking doing here? And so, look, the SEC is asking the court to strike down Ripple's fair notice defense. Now, if successful, the judge and potential jury would never even hear Ripple's arguments on this front, which John Deaton points out in his video where he's talking about this. And he ended up highlighting in this video something from one of Ripple's legal filings, which was titled, was like a little subheading within the legal filing, fourth defense, because there are multiple defenses. There's a lot to talk about. Lack of due process and fair notice. And this is a quote from Ripple's legal filing. Ripple did not have, and plaintiff failed to provide, fair notice that its conduct was in violation of law, in contravention of Ripple's due process rights. Due process requires that laws give a person of ordinary intelligence a reasonable opportunity to know what is prohibited, end quote. That's directly from it. So they're not talking about the mouth breathers. Oh my God, my Bitcoin price has gone down. I'm probably going to sell some of my Satoshis. So that's not who they're talking about. They said reasonable intelligence here. But look at this. Can you just imagine a world where it's just like, okay, no sufficient regulation, but I'm going to go out and try and be an entrepreneur, and then retroactively some sort of burdensome government entity comes down 5-10 years later, whatever the hell it is, and then says, oh, no, what are you doing? What are you doing, little guy there? You, Mr. Entrepreneur, you were in violation of our guidelines, which we promise are not vague, and now you owe a penalty of $1.3 billion because you sold that much worth of XRP. Well, between Ripple and Brad and Chris. It's offensive to hear. Like, it hurts my ears. Even when I read it, it somehow still hurts my ears. I don't know. Am I reading it out loud and I'm not aware? I'm not sure. Either way, it doesn't seem to go well here. And also, John Deaton highlighted something that I had not seen before, and this is very interesting. He highlighted this page from the Coinbase website, and they have a frequently asked questions section, which is rather short, but rather fast. Check this out. One of the frequently asked questions: can I send other cryptocurrencies abroad, like Bitcoin? And now, mind you, this is up here today. I'm recording this today. This is August 2021. XRP has already been halted on Coinbase, but check out what is still here. Yes, you can. In fact, you can send any cryptocurrency supported by Coinbase to another Coinbase user or to an account outside of Coinbase. Now, listen up even further. XRP and USDC, and that's a stable coin, of course, may be better suited for smaller international money transfers due to their faster processing and lower transaction fees. Well, how about that? Is that not Coinbase right here recognizing that XRP has utility that Bitcoin is technologically incapable of offering? Now, let me ask you something. How can an asset that serves as nothing other than a security actually offer utility? It can't. It absolutely cannot. There are things that are, and I acknowledge this, and we'll all acknowledge this, right? There are things that are pure utilities and nothing else. Pure securities and nothing else. But in this case, I understand there's the charge. Ripple sold XRP as a security, but holy hell, like, to claim that the underlying asset, even if that first claim is true, and I'm not ceding that point, but even if it's true, to state that the underlying asset is a security just by the nature of it existing, like, hell no, that don't make no darn sense to move them boat. And so ultimately, what are the odds that the court strikes down Ripple's fair notice defense? What are the odds? Well, according to John Deaton, very unlikely, and that's a quote, very unlikely. He says, quote, "In fact, I would be shocked, and the best proof of that isn't John Deaton's intuition or any of that. It's Judge Netburn's comments at the April 6th, 2021 hearing, in which she stated, quote, "I think the discovery related to Bitcoin and Ether is relevant. I think it is relevant to the court's eventual analysis with respect to the Howey factors. I also think it is relevant to the fair notice defense, ding, 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 that Ripple is raising." So, look, that sounds very good to me. And mind you, so we're talking about Judge Netburn here, but it's, like, from what I've gathered from the attorneys within the XRP community that talk about this stuff, it's very likely, I think it was actually Jeremy Hogan that it's hit my brain here right now, I believe it's him that talked about this idea that Judge Netburn probably, or almost 100% certainly, did communicate with Judge Torres also on this. And so you'd think, like, they'd help to inform one another's opinions. And so it's not a stretch to think that perhaps Judge Torres is thinking within the same framework of this. And if that's the case, fair notice defense not getting struck down, man, good luck, SEC. You're going to need it. That's exactly what I'm saying right here. And mind you also, in 2019, Coinbase, by the way, they went to the SEC, and John Deaton mentioned this in his video that I was citing there. They didn't believe XRP was a security at that time, but they wanted to make sure that the SEC didn't think XRP was a security either. That's why they went to them. And so after Coinbase met with the SEC, they did, in fact, list XRP on their exchange. And look, this isn't something Coinbase did on a whim. Rather, it was well thought out by their legal team from every conceivable direction. And we know that this is the case. Ripple's attorneys, they uncovered this, and it was made public some when was that? Gosh, it may have been like half a year ago at this point. It's been a hot minute. A lot of stuff unfolding since then. It's just amazing to me that the SEC, the audacity to think that you could come out with such a flimsy argument, and like Ripple with their war chest, they're not going to seriously take you to task, like, and ultimately be victorious. Because, like, even if there's a settlement, I still think that'll be a win for Ripple. Because Ripple won't settle if it's not something that's favorable for them. They won't. If it means that XRP can't be traded in the United States any longer, if it means that Ripple can't sell their holdings, which they rightfully own, of XRP, no, there won't be. And so as long as those things are non-issues, I could see Ripple willing to put some amount of money out the door to settle, have this all done with. I don't know for sure if it's going to happen, but that sounds plausible to me. It sounds reasonable just to get this whole thing behind us, but that would be a win. That would absolutely be a win. So anyway, again, before I hop into the next topic, I just want to encourage you again, if you haven't yet done so, Crypto Law TV, no spaces, just type that into your YouTube search bar. You will find the channel. And just go ahead and I would feel happy if you do it. Tell them Moon Lambo sent you. Because like I said, I really love supporting those that are contributing to the XRP community in meaningful ways, and holy hell, John Deaton is most certainly doing that. Now, into this thread from Gary Gensler, or at least the Gary Gensler Twitter account, which is run by, I don't know, an intern perhaps, I'm not really sure, but here's what it says. It's a 4-tweet thread. I'm going to read through this, and then I want to share you Mark Cuban's response because it made me LOL. Here it is from Gary Gensler, or the intern that runs his account. If someone asks a lawyer, accountant, or advisor if something is over the line, maybe it's time to step back from the line. Going right up to the edge of a rule, or searching for some ambiguity in the text or a footnote may not be consistent with the law and its purpose. The spirit of the law is about protecting investors. Our rigorous enforcement regime, SEC, is about following the facts and the law wherever they may lead, on behalf of investors and working families. Oh, that sounds so sweet. Oh my gosh, he's melting my heart. He's winning me over. Oh my gosh. This includes deceptive conduct by private funds offering or accounting frauds, insider trading, market manipulation, failures to act in retail customers' best interests, reporting violations, best execution and fiduciary violations, or any other form of misconduct. And then to wrap it up, in case you missed it, read my full remarks at FINRA's annual conference, which I'm not getting into in this video. And so here's what Mark Cuban had to say. He retweeted that and wrote, I'm going to have to censor this, But which always makes it more fun. It's a little spicy out here. Oh my gosh. Is this a jalapeno? I thought it was a habanero. I thought that's a little spicy. And so Mark Cuban wrote, "This is such BS." Yeah. Well, you might have some children's in the background. I'm censoring for you adults. It's fine. You didn't start the BS. Please don't continue it. If you are working on behalf of investors, you make it easy for questions by investors and business people to be asked and answered. You make it near impossible. Those can't afford those. Well, he means those that can't, but it's Twitter, so character issue. So he meant those that can't afford lawyers can only guess. And so there you are. Gary Gensler saying, ambiguous law is totally fine. And Mark Cuban come out and saying, oh no, that's BS. Not mincing words, that's BS. No. Have clear rules, because those that can't afford lawyers can't just go out there and hope that what they're doing is okay. So do you see what's coming from Gary Gensler? Because what do you think he's going to continue to do if this is his mindset? He's going to continue to regulate by enforcement, and who's going to stop him? Well, people have to fight back, legally, right? And so that's what we're seeing. I'm glad Ripple's fighting back. I'm glad that the XRP community has been vocal about their position. I'm glad that John Deaton is doing what he's doing. People have to stand up and do stuff, And again, that's why I wanted to highlight John Deaton and his new crypto law TV YouTube channel here. He deserves our support. If you're an XRP holder and you appreciate what he's doing, I'm going to wrap up the video here, but I just encourage you to go ahead and subscribe. It's the least we can do to send a thank you, right? I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!